The Arizona Republic reported last week that the Phoenix Suns have been discussing a possible buyout for guard Bradley Beal. So Beal has 2 years left on his contract, totaling about $111 million, 110.8 if you want to get specific. So a buyout would obviously make Beal a free agent here, but there's this is quite a debate here, Tass. A lot of people saying what Phoenix should do with Bradley Beal. And, and it's also, just like his no trade clause, this is up to Beal a little bit too, if they even wanted to do this. The Suns may waive and stretch him and his contract, though he would have to give up $14 million to make it legal under cap rules, since Phoenix already has dead money on the books. That's from like Nasir Little and EJ Liddell or something like that.
Little and Liddell combo.
So it would have to be Beal literally just giving back some money here, but it's a possibility. What do you think Phoenix should do, or Beal and his team should do?
Well, Bradley Beal would have to say, yeah, I'm taking $14 million less. That being said, he can go get signed by somebody else. And we're talking about all these guys. We just talked about Jock Landale. We talk about all these guys getting these small deals. He can go get a 7 per year deal, or even smaller. The biannual exception is available for some teams. So he wouldn't lose all that much money. And this is a capable guy of, if you're talking about $5 million per year or something like that, when it comes to the biannual exception, like the Dallas Mavericks, if that's available, it seems like it's available according to my research that they could pay him under 5. So, the $14 million, like you're saying, he loses 7 per year. No, all that to say, does the guy want to leave Phoenix? Really? Does it come down to, I don't know. It ain't about basketball. It's just about his life. He's got this no trade clause. Maybe he just wants to stay there. I don't know his personal reasons, but if he wants to play basketball, it should be somewhere else. That's for sure.
Yeah, this would be great for Beal. I think this would be awesome for Beal. He'll be able to make back his money, and he's still getting paid $100 million, even if he gives back the $14 million. He's still a good player. It's the contract that makes him a guy you don't want on your team. But if you're paying him $5 million versus $50 million, how does that not help a team like Milwaukee, Denver, or Golden State? People who need a perimeter creator. Bradley Beal could do that. On the other side of things, the Suns absolutely should wait out Beal. There's no way they should stretch him for 5 years, and then you got $25 million just sitting there on your cap after you're paying Devin Booker $75 million per season on his extension. The reason it was okay for the Bucks to do it is because they are like on the verge of losing Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they were able to sign a guy. They brought in Miles Turner, the #1 free agent target out there. That would not be the case for the Suns. All they would be doing is saying goodbye to Beal, which maybe is addition by subtraction, but this is too much subtracting to be doing from your salary cap. You'll never be able to build a winner with Devin Booker if there's $25 million on your cap for the next 5 years, unable to build when you're paying like $100 million basically between Beal and Booker, and one of the guys isn't even there. It doesn't make any sense for Phoenix to do this. They got to suck it up for 2 more years, and realistically, only 1 more year. He'll be able to be traded next year with 1 year left on his deal, I think.
It doesn't make any sense for Phoenix to do this, says Trey Kirby, which means Phoenix will do it.
Yeah,
probably.
they'll do it.
No, I 100% agree.
I'd say it's like $230 million out of Matt Ishbia's pockets. Which, I think that's probably attractive to him.
Yeah. You nailed it out of the park. In my opinion, they should not. They should they got way too many guards. We've talked about it with Jalen Green now they're in the mix. Even Dylan Brooks sort of as a, 2, 3, 4 type of guy. I guess he can sort of play up. But I would try this at least. Now Katie's there. Maybe Beal has a bit of a bounce back. You can still trade him. I know he's got the no trade clause, but maybe there's a team that comes knocking that he's interested in. I would not want this dead money on Phoenix's books here. Like if you're doing the wave and stretch. No. That's again with Beal having to give money back, which I don't think he's going to do either because, I mean, for a lot of the times he's like, I don't want to be traded there. I'm not going to do it, by all accounts. So he has a lot of the power. Still insane that he has that in his contract. The Wizards gave him that of all the players in the league, but I would slow play this, Phoenix. Don't rush here. You're already going into I don't want to call it a wasted year, but nobody picking the Phoenix Suns to do anything next year. No matter what the roster is. In the loaded West, we'll be shocked if they're in play-in contention. It'll be like, well, that was a good year.
Good year, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, you got, and I know, and Booker doesn't seem in any sort of rush to get out of there. He's going to get his huge extension soon here too, and I think he's earned that. Just slow play this one. They won't, but slow play. But let's hear from you on the Beal situation. And really, I mean, it's if Beal wants to get out of there too and go play for maybe a contender.
Yeah, Ishbia sure seems like the type of owner to want to get something done now. And so if he can save some money in the short term and he can have more money to do something else with other than Bradley Beal, go sign a big of some sort, then it makes sense that logically, yeah, you should be looking at the long term and be able to add more in the long term instead of have that contract on for 5 years. But this is Matt Ishbia. He goes for it. And so he may go for it right here, right now.
Well, the hope is he did go for it and it completely blew up in his face.
Yeah.
And now they're struggling to get out of that hole that he put them in by being way too aggressive with the KD and especially the Beal. Has he learned from his lesson? Has he learned a lesson here?
The general manager that they signed in Brian Gregory didn't have NBA experience. And so did he learn? By going to get somebody that didn't have a lot of experience seeing what has been done in the NBA, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't hate the Durant trade from Phoenix's side of things.
When they did it?
Yeah, like all things considered. I don't think we were like, oh my God, they got absolutely nothing.
Nah, he means this current Durant trade.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking about the Durant trade that this guy just
they
made.
did something. Yeah. Brian Gregory has a fine trade.
So 1 for 1.
Hey, I think the Suns are in a better spot today than they were when the season ended.
Yeah, which is depressing
Yep.
because it's not much
Yeah.
better, but it is better.
Yeah.
They were 36 and 46 last year. Same record? Probably.
Yeah, quite likely.
Yeah.
Quite likely.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Especially if they're not keeping Plowden. That guy's good for 1 win a season, guaranteed.
Absolutely.